Check one, two, check one, two. What's going on, y'all? Go by the name of DJ Air Alert. You are now tuned in to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about scratching. I love doing scratch tutorials. I'm a fairly exceptional scratcher. Not the greatest scratcher, but I'm solid. And I want to talk about the scratches that I feel you should be aiming for as opposed to the ones that you shouldn't aim for. At least not in front of people. So, what do I mean by that? I mean that if you don't have the scratch mastered, don't do it in front of people. They shouldn't see you sounding like you're practicing, is what I'm saying. So, like with this record right here, right? I'm going to pick a drum, a quiet drum, and like a long tone sound over here, right?
Yeah!
It's very loud. It's very long, right? So you can hear that very, very well. So whatever you're doing is going to be captured crystal clear within that tone. Now, with me, when I do scratches, I like my scratches to have melodies, rhythms. You should be considering yourself something similar to like a saxophone player or a trumpet player or a pianist or any other musician that plays an instrument. This is an instrument when you're talking about turntablism and scratching and doing things like that, because now you're manipulating the record to make your own sound. And when you start doing it in repetition as opposed to like just scratching mindlessly, but you're doing like a melody, a harmony, you're creating music now. So I also want to touch on that. Like when you're talking about like DJing and just scratching mindlessly, just pick it up, I don't subscribe to that. Not knocking the ones that do that, but I like to hear a melody. That's just me. Now, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I can't do the flares and the crabs that well. I can crab a little bit, but I'm honest with myself. Excuse me for a second. Think I want to try to hook this up. Give me 1 second. All right, my bad. I know y'all ain't come here to see me fix microphone stands and all that, but I had to get that done. Anyway, so if you're cutting and you're doing a melody, like let's say you're doing a melody like this. Check one, two. Check. So let's say you're scratching, right? And you want it to sound cool, right? So you want it to have a melody to it. You put your beat on, a nice simple beat. Beat is really low, it's quiet, and simple.
Yeah!
Now, me personally, I like to have a little headphones. I like to be able to hear and make sure I'm at the right cue. These phases right here, they will move sometime. They're very good, but they're still working on the software. So until they get that together, this will move.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Now, if you notice, when I was scratching, I kept bringing it back on the kick, right? The beginning of the beat. It'd be going, right? You see what I'm saying? So there's a melody, there's a pattern, right? And I say that because Patterns are very important. I'm a chess player. I don't know how many people play chess. I'm just going to hold the mic because I really want to talk to you as much as I demonstrate what I'm doing. You have to understand where I'm coming from, all right, in order to really get this tutorial on how I have on my philosophy on scratching and how I look at it. So anyway, when you're scratching, you have a melody. A melody is catchy. A kid can catch it. An older senior citizen can catch on to that. Everybody can catch a melody, and they can ride that melody, and that's how you get people's attention, and that's how you grab people in. They're like, wow, that sounded cool. I like that. But if you just it sounds kind of distorted, I think. My opinion. I think it just sounds like you sound like a purist DJ, the purist type of DJ that just don't give a damn about rocking parties. You don't give a damn about anything else but being a turntablist. Me personally, I like to be versatile. I have that turntablism in me where I like to scratch and do my beat juggles and tricks and all that, but I have the other side of me where I know how to turn it off and rock a party. You got to be able to be nice with the microphone. You got to be able to know how to play the right songs at the right time and transition them in clean without scratching all night. Sometimes a DJ can't turn that off. I was guilty of it. When I was young, I couldn't turn it off, man. I was a cut fanatic. And I still love cutting today. I still love scratching, but I know how to turn it off is the point. So, me personally, I like to scratch only at the end of my blends. Sometimes I do them in the beginning, on my lives, but like on a mixtape, I'll usually just bring it in, and at the end, I'll scratch. That way, the person can enjoy the whole blend, and then I do my little thing at the end, and it's over, right? So, let me show y'all something. I'm just gonna show y'all a pattern. As I scratch, you're going to notice patterns. And it's all going to be pretty much transforming.
What's your name?
All right. So that's just me doing transforms, trying to keep it as clean as possible. However, once you start getting patterns down pat, you'll remember them as you're scratching. And these different patterns, they'll pop into your head automatically, and it'll become second nature. You just start doing these scratches, as you're going through your routine. I'll just give you a bare one turntable freestyle of scratching. I'm just going to scratch. But mind you, listen closely. You're going to notice repetitions. You're going to notice me do a certain style, a certain pattern, and I'll repeat it like 3 times. Then I'll go to the next style or the next pattern. Then I'll repeat that about 3 times. Then I'll go to another style, another pattern. Kind of like a rapper. Kind of like how Biggie or one of your favorite rappers would have different styles and different flows, and they just be going through their flow, and they might hit that flow and then hit that flow, and they just all over with, they just going everywhere with the flow. You hearing so many different levels and different styles being thrown at you, if you will. If that breaks it down for you, I'll show you.
The dopest flyers.
Yeah! What's your name? Good.
DJ, y'all feel it?
Hit me.
Hey, baddest DJ on 2 turns.
And 1, 2.
With a boom, 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 cut track.
What is it? 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 What is it?
You see that? What is it? What is it? I think of Premiere when I hear a scratch like that. If you want to hear somebody who was really, really, really clean with their scratches, didn't do anything very complex. His scratches wasn't very hard. They wasn't very technical, but they were always neat, always on point, always on beat. And that's all I'm stressing. No matter what level you're at of scratching, stay at that level, master that level, and keep it clean. Keep it clean. That should be like the quote of the night. I know a homeboy of mine, he's always trying to do like the fancy cuts that he can't do yet. And he tries them all the time. Whether he's at a party, he's on a live, he's doing a CD, he'll try it. Every now and then he'll try it. But he's not ready to try it. And I'm like, bro, just stick with what you know. Keep it clean. DJ Premier, he keeps it clean. Shit sounds dope. He's not a DJ Qbert. He's not a Jazzy Jeff. You know what I mean? He's not a Mel Star, but he keeps it clean and that shit sounds dope. So I would just say to you, whatever you can do. Like, I do simple shit, but I keep it clean, and then I add little versatility to it to give it some color. Like, I'll show you with this. Just have style with it.
What is it?
So that little feature that I throw in there, that little ghetto, that echo out trick, that right there, I love that. Echoes always sound cool. So I figured out how to master doing it manually. That way I can play with it. I can inject it whenever I want to in different little places. So it's just something to add more versatility. Like I said, you got to have a lot in your repertoire when it comes to scratching. You can't just do the same scratch over and over and over. You have to switch it up. So if you're just going wiggy all night, it sounds redundant. But if you go now it got color to it. It got life. It got personality. So you have to always switch it up. I'll give you another example. I'm just going to start going through a lot of different variations, but I'll do it on beat with an actual instrumental. So it's all about keeping it as clean as possible. What I did there, just did my best to keep it as clean as possible and just took you on a journey. That's my job. Our job as DJs is to take you on a journey with us. You don't know where we're going to take you. You're just a passenger in our car, and we're just taking you somewhere, and it's like, wow, oh shit. I didn't think he was going to take me there, and he took me there. So that's what we do. And I want to stress that to the DJs that want to learn how to tighten up these scratching. Um, like I said, I don't consider myself a real technical scratcher, but I consider myself a very, very solid scratcher on a transforming level. I don't care about the crabs and the flare cuts. I can't do those, and I accept that. I can do it a little bit. You know what I mean? But I stay in my lane because I know I can't master it. If I can only do 60% of it, I don't want it until I can get to that 100. Until I get to 100, you ain't going to hear me at my 60. But I'll let you hear me at my 100 on my transform or my chops. You know what I mean? Things like that. So I'm gonna cut this. Like I said, I don't want these videos. I said this on my last video. I don't want them to be too long, and I can go long. So I figure I'm at 18 minutes. We're gonna cut it here. I'm gonna just keep sending y'all more and more content. If you like the content, if you're feeling the energy, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let's get this out there. People gotta hear this. People gotta know it's DJs out there that need to hear this information. Also, it's a ton of content on here, and I got a ton of content coming. We're going to be talking about a lot of DJ talk. I want to have DJ conversations. Everything concerning DJ life, getting ready for battles, getting ready to do a mixtape. I have my boss BR1200 right here. We want to talk about that. We want to talk about the jitters that DJs get before they make a mixtape. The perfectionist mentality of DJs, the egos of DJs that we can have, our ability or our non-ability to be humble and be more outgoing with our fellow DJs. You know what I mean? It's almost kind of like I gotta size you up at first. You know what I mean? You competition. That's really what it is, unless you really know the DJ. So I want to talk about the whole politics of the DJ world and how people end up getting cool and how they click up and how they network and how they ally with people. We just want to have all DJ talk, all positive talk, uplifting talk. We don't want to down nobody to say nothing negative. The troll babies will not be hanging out on my channel. We're going to keep it positive all day, baby. DJ Air Alert representing Albany, New York, a.k.a. Allah Born. You know what it is, man. I'm here. Content is here, baby. Let's go. One.